Welcome to Behind the Veil. Now, here is your transformational coach, Tammy Hawks.
You ready?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Who's ever really ready? Okay,
Yeah.
so my intention for this podcast is to really take you as far as I can take you in the short period of time as possible, with as much healing and transformation that's available for your openness. Because we can only go as far as you are open to go, right?
Okay. Sounds good.
So
Yes.
if I could give you one thing on this call, if I could fix one thing that would make the biggest difference in your life, what would that one thing be?
I guess the number one thing that I guess I'm personally working on and trying to figure out how to do is to figure out how to be myself again by myself and to be healthy for anybody that comes next, I guess.
Love that. So healthy to really allow in a healthy relationship.
Right. Exactly.
I love that. Okay. So if we want a healthy relationship and we have not yet experienced it, or we can't maintain it long-term, long-lasting, then we know that there is a little gap there between our belief system and our results.
Okay.
That's all. And so it's as simple as finding the beliefs. I say simple. It obviously is a little more complex than that. But step one is finding the belief. And in order to find the belief, we need to really figure out where we're going to track it from where we're at now all the way back to where that belief began. Because all of the results that we're experiencing in our life is due to the beliefs within our identity, which were created in the first 5 years of life.
Okay.
So it's a subconscious work. And I will say, I need you to be open because some of the stuff and processes I'll take you through, you'll be like, this is weird. What are we doing now?
Okay.
What does this happen? It may seem weird.
Yeah.
And I want you to just stay nice and open to but what if this changes everything?
Right. Okay.
Because
Okay.
your conscious mind, if we know that we've developed the entire identity within those first 5 years, then we know that little 5-year-old girl that's within you, she holds the keys to the kingdom.
Okay.
She knows.
Okay.
And our conscious mind up here that thinks it knows everything and thinks it's running the show doesn't. So my goal is to get this conscious mind as turned down as we possibly can to really allow that little girl within you to give us the answers. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to have you kind of give me a little, because I obviously know a little bit of your background within your relationships, your adult romantic relationships, but I want you, for the sake of this podcast and the viewers, to have a background. Tell me about your relationship history, your love relationship history.
Okay. So from the beginning, I guess, with you to boyfriend,
Well, what we're
significant
going to
others
do
is
is
what
we're
we're
going to
talking
get
about.
no, we'll stay with your adult romantic relationships and we'll
Yeah,
let
okay.
that take us back.
So, in my adult life, I've only had 3 partners. I've been married twice, almost married the third time. The first one was I got pregnant at 18, and I had my son at 19, and his dad and I got married. Well, because we had a child and we were young, and that's what we believed you do. So we did that, and that lasted 4 years. And it was a very physically violent relationship, and it ended as such. Then the second person I did have a child with, but he got into an accident when I was 5 months pregnant with her. And so he got brain damaged severely. So he was out of the picture. And then when my daughter was 8 months old, she passed. And then the most recent relationship was my ex-husband, and we were together for 10 years.
Did
And
you
we were
say
married.
10 years?
We were together for 10, yep, and we were married for 5 of it. And we got married, I want to say because we loved each other, but I was 5 months pregnant with my son and didn't want to have a baby again out of wedlock. And that just actually recently ended this April for domestic. And that's it. I don't,
Okay,
yeah, I,
that gives us a nice jumping off point, because
okay,
obviously um if we have two cases of domestic violence in your relationships, we know that we could take that back to the first 5 years, right?
okay,
Yeah.
yes.
And I'm so sorry to hear about your daughter.
Yeah, it's been like 12 years now. So it's still hard. Like I'm still sad about her, but it's easier with time.
Yeah,
So
of course. Not of course. Some people, the time doesn't really help them, but
exactly.
I'm very happy that you have found some sort of peace around that one.
Hmm.
Okay. So, domestic violence in two of your relationships. That
Yes.
tells me a lot. So, what I'm going to have you do, this is the point where I'm going to have you kind of get relaxed. When I talk
Okay.
about turning off the conscious mind, or the higher faculties, what we're really trying to do is kind of turn down the volume so that we can more access the subconscious, which is, we think of it as below, right? So I'm
Okay.
going to have you, we're going to just kind of relax your body a little.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you take some, nice conscious deep breaths in, and I'm going to have you just like follow that breath in. I'm going to have you like imagine it going in and going all the way down to like your sit bone. And I
Okay.
want you to like sit up nice and straight. If
Okay.
you think about your spine just being completely straight. Yeah. And I want you to
Yep.
take a deep breath in through your nose, following that in. At this point, I've started to take our guest through a process I use to tap into her subconscious mind and uncover her childhood trauma. This helps me to gain a deeper insight into her experiences and how they have shaped her current relationships. We are now going to the conclusion of the process. I want you to see it as projecting out from your physical body, out from this golden yellow bubble that you're in. It's projecting out from, and it's actually a picture. And this picture is the first event where you felt this emotion. First impression, I want you to allow that picture to come into clarity and become aware of it. Do you have the picture? Yes. Okay. I want you to go ahead and take me into this picture. And as a third person viewer, I want you to describe to me what is happening in this picture.
Oh man, it's making me cry.
Let the emotions come. Let the emotions come. That's perfectly.
Okay. Um, this is so weird. I haven't thought about this like ever. Um,
You can keep your eyes shut.
basically,
You can
okay.
keep your
So
eyes shut.
basically, yeah.
Tell me just what's in the picture purely from a factual perspective. Keep the
Okay.
describe it to me as in as much detail as you can, but without the backstory, without the description.
Okay. I'm sitting inside of a daycare that my aunt used to own. Actually, I'm standing in front of my mother and my sister, who's at her side. My mom's sitting at one of those tiny, like pre-K tables in a tiny chair. And she's sitting in front of me with her hands on my shoulders. And I remember she was wearing a leather jacket.
Mhm. What is happening in this image?
She is, this is the first time I've seen her in 5 years. And she is telling me that she has to leave.
How old are you in this picture?
I'm about 4, 5.
What is the 4 or 5-year-old you feeling right now?
Confused and very, very sad
If
that
you
I
could
didn't
put it,
cry
I want you
years
to
ago.
go ahead. I want you to go ahead as this third person party. And I want you to go ahead and connect to the 4-year-old version of you's emotion. I want you to feel her emotion as you connect. I don't want you to hold it back. If the tears come, let them come. She needs to feel it. I want you to connect to her emotion. Feel it. What color is that emotion?
Red.
Red. See that red bubble all around her. And I want you to go ahead and be in that red bubble with her. I want you to see yourself taking on her emotion as if you tell her, I'm going to feel this for you. I'm going to feel this for you. I'm going to take this for you. And if you could imagine like threading a needle, if you could imagine sticking the thread through the eye of the needle, I want to have you go through her red bubble and feel everything she's feeling. Take it on. I want you to go ahead and multiply the emotion. Multiply the emotion. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it until it completely dissolves. I want you to see it as it's fully felt by you. I want you to see the red completely dissolve. That's right. Breathe through it. Breathe through it. Feel it. The only way to move negative energy out of your body is to feel it until it's completely dissolved. That's right. Feel it. Tell me the moment you see that red completely disintegrate, you're going to see it get lighter and lighter and lighter until all of the red just sort of dissolves, disappears.
Okay.
Do you feel like it's dissolved? Okay, now I want you to scoop up this 4-year-old version of you. I want you to scoop her up in your arms. What does she need to hear from you?
I don't know, just that I love her.
Yeah. What else does she need to hear from you? Let the emotions come up. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
That I don't know.
I want you
I
to
don't
tell
know.
her, I want you to tell her how special she is, how wonderful she is, how perfect she is. I want you to tell her that you came all the way back from the future just to be with her in this moment, just to take on all of her pain for her. I want you to let her know that you are always here for her, that you will always be. There's some wisdom she needs to hear from you, some guidance she needs to hear from you. What is that guidance that she needs to hear from you right now in this moment?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that I would tell her that people love you the best they know how, not how you need them to love you,
Mm-hmm.
and that it'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Um, I would tell her that her mom loves her, but she doesn't know how to. And I would tell her so many great things that I think she's talented and smart and funny,
Mm-hmm.
and that she's a good friend.
Mm-hmm. What else does she need in this moment?
She needs to belong.
I want you to tell her that she belongs with you. I want you to tell her that anytime she feels like she doesn't belong, that you will come and tell her she does, that you are the one that's going to love her, adore her, and give her all the love that she so desires. You're going to give that to her. I want you to look at her face, read her expressions. What does she need from you right here in this moment?
A hug.
Yeah. Hug her, hold her, rock her in your arms. How does that red bubble look?
I visualize like me holding her and like an ombre from like pink to purple,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
together.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's very, very, very angry.
Mm-hmm. Why is she angry?
Uh, because nobody wants her, and because she thought that her mom might want her back, and she did not.
Why else is she angry?
Because her mom kept her sister, and she just told me a lot that she loved me over and over and over. My mom did. And I remember thinking in that exact moment, no, you don't, no, you don't, shut up, no, you don't. But I didn't say it.
What else is she angry about?
She's angry that what she thought was going to happen, or her dreams or her visions, are just not real. That life is just not, it's just going through the motions. So it's just a lot of disappointment. And this was like icing on the cake.
What else is she angry about?
I'm angry that my family didn't want me. I'm angry that my mom gave me to my family and not up for adoption for people that could have wanted me.
What else is she angry about?
She's angry that she got all dressed up for nothing.
What else is she angry about? Let her feel or let you're holding back your emotion. Let yourself
Sorry.
feel the emotion. No, don't be sorry. Just let yourself feel it. The crying is good. As you cry, you're releasing negative emotion trapped in your body. This little
Okay.
girl needs to feel that. So let the emotions come. What else is she angry about?
I'm angry that my mom was late to visit me that day. I'm angry that she was only there for a minute to tell me she was leaving. And I'm angry that my sister didn't even say a word to me.
What else are you angry about?
I'm angry that my family called her names and was mean to her when she was as a kid. uh, Little me was very confused.
What else are you angry about?
I don't even know. I'm angry that my mom was stinky like cigarettes. I wish I had a better scent in my memory of her.
What else are you angry about?
I'm angry that she bought me gifts, wrote like a letter to me telling me that she loved me, bought me things that she thought I would like, and she didn't even know me. And I was angry that she thought she would know me.
What else are you angry about?
I'm angry that my whole family, uh, my mom's parents and her brothers and sisters, were literally standing there behind me while I was talking to her or she was talking to me. I'm angry that I didn't tell her anything, my mom, when she was there. I gave her a hug, but I don't remember saying anything to her.
What else are you angry about?
This is weird. I feel like I was angry to just exist. I didn't really see the point. I remember thinking it was, I don't know, like all surreal, like it didn't matter what she was saying or what she was doing. Just feeling very insignificant and very tiny.
What else are you angry about?
I'm angry that she was mad that I had blue eyes. Um, because she had brown. She said that she always wanted her daughter to have brown eyes. That's weird.
What else are you
Mm.
angry
She said that she would come back the next day and pick me up. And I'm angry that didn't happen. But I remember my family yelling at her as she was leaving. And I'm angry that I tried to defend her to them.
What else are you angry about?
Angry she didn't want to come to my house and see my room.
What else?
I remember I made cookies and she didn't want to eat them. She said that she would save it for later. Lies.
What else are you angry about?
I'm angry that I couldn't play with my sister. I didn't even know I had a sister until that day. Feel angry that I didn't know I had a sister, and happy and angry at the same time. I'm angry that everybody that was there made comments about my sister, and I didn't say anything. I didn't have a voice, and I'm angry that I didn't speak up and say something to somebody that day.
What else are you angry about?
Oh,
Perfect. Okay. Now we're going back. We're going back and we're going back in time. I want you to see your mom in that image and I want you to
okay.
go towards her. I want
Okay.
you to recognize that she also has a bubble around her, an emotional bubble. First impression, what color is it?
Green.
Green. I want you to go inside that green bubble and be in there with her. And I want you to feel her emotions. First impression, what is she feeling?
Sadness. Being ashamed.
What else is she feeling?
Uh, Useless and pathetic.
Mm-hmm. Just like you did with your 4-year-old self, I want you to do the same for your mom right there in this moment, knowing that all of her pain transferred to you. For that's how DNA works. We inherit all the pain that our parents did not deal with. So I want you to take that green color on, just like threading the needle. I want you to go through all that green till you get to the very center. I want you to feel everything, all the pain that she's experiencing right here in this moment, all throughout her life, I want you to take it on yourself. Feel it. Don't hold back the emotion. We're releasing it right here, right now. Yes. Right here, right now. You're saying, Mom, I feel your pain. I'm feeling your pain. I'm taking it on myself in order to transmute it so that no other generation has to feel this pain. It ends here. It ends now. Go to the center of that green ball until it dissolves. You'll see it. You'll see it. As you feel it, you are going to see that green completely dissolve. And I want you to take on the emotion until it is completely gone. That's right. Don't hold back the emotion. Comes up, comes out, it's fully felt, and it is released. And it cannot be released any other way. All that shame your mother's feeling in this moment, all the pain that she's carried with her from her entire life is in this green bubble that you are dissolving right now, right now, right now. What color is it now?
Clear.
Clear. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I want you to give both your mother and your 4-year-old self these healing yellow golden bubbles of energy. And I want you to let them know that anytime they need to feel safe and loved and peaceful and joyful, that all they have to do is connect to this beautiful yellow bubble energy all around them. I want you to tell them that anytime that they need you, that you'll be here, that you'll come all the way back for them, to be with them in any moment they need you. And I want you to give your mom and your 4-year-old self a great big hug goodbye. I want you to tell them that you love them. I want you to tell them that everything's going to be okay. Is there anything else your mom needs to hear from you right here in this moment, right now?
That I forgive her and I'm happy I didn't stay with her.
What else does she need to hear from you right here in this moment?
Thanks to her, I'd never be the mom she was.
Mm-hmm. What other lessons did she give you?
The importance of family connection and knowing what it is to have it because I didn't. And I want that deeply.
So in this moment, we are going to go back in time. I want you to see yourself moving up out of that room, right where your 4-year-old self and your mom are still standing. You're going to rise up, or that location, you're going to rise up about 30 feet above. And I'm going to have you go even further back in time. That's right. Back in time to your birth and now beyond. Before you were ever born, before you were ever thought about going back in time, we're going back to your mom's childhood. We're going back to your mom at 4 years old. So go back, 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 back. And I want you to hover right above your mom at 4 years old. Looking down, I want you to see her beneath you, 30 feet below. And I want you to go ahead and be in the room with her. See her sitting there, standing there, whatever she's doing. I want you to become aware of your mom's 4-year-old self. And I want you to connect to her emotion. What is she feeling right here in this moment? What's going on in her life? What's happening to her? What pain does she feel? Is she scared? I want you to connect to her emotions right here in this moment. And just recognize, what does her face look like? Does she look terrified? Does she look sad? Is she crying? Connect to her, right? I want you to walk over to her. If she's sitting down or laying down, I want you to scoop her up in your arms and be with her in this moment. And I want you to tell her that everything's going to be okay, that she's safe, that she's loved, that she's cared for. and that she's perfect exactly how she is. That's right. I want you to just recognize her face softening and changing as you hold her in your arms. I want you to tell her everything that she needs to hear right now in this moment. See the innocence in her eyes. See the pureness of her heart. Bear witness to the emotions that she's experiencing right here and now. I want you to tell her that you came all the way back from the future just to be with her in this moment. And at any point in time that she needs you, that you'll be here for her. I want you to give her a hug. Tell her you love her. And when you see the emotions on her face changing and you see a big smile come on over her face, I want you to tell her goodbye. And I want you to go ahead and hop up out of that room, going 30 feet back up. And I want you to make your way back to the present. That's right. I want you to make your way all the way back to the present. And as you're making your way back to the present moment, I want you to look down in your mind's eye and see all the old structures crumbling, falling away, blowing up. And I want you to see new structures forming, beautiful, strong, loving, joyful structures reforming right where the old ones were. And as you're making your way back into the present, I want you to see that as those old structures dissolve, that's all the old patterning, all the old, terrible patterns just falling away. And the new ones, beautiful, strong new ones, are of your choosing. All the emotions you choose to create from this new place. That's right. I want you to come all the way back to the present moment. I want you to see yourself about 30 feet above your head, sitting there right now. Look down in your mind's eye and see you sitting right there, right here and now. And I want you to make your way down, 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 down. And I want you to see that moon roof on the top of your head opening as you allow this new, beautiful structure to come down, this new coating, this new grid to be aligned into your body right now. Coming down through the top of your head to your shoulders and your hips and your knees and your feet, locking this new grid in place. I want you to take a deep breath in, feeling all the structures aligning, recoding each and every cell of your body as you exhale out, letting go, releasing of that which no longer serves you. All that heavy, dense energy just leaving your body as this new, beautiful coating is coming in. That's right. Take another deep breath in, exhaling out the resistance. Feeling energized, feeling peaceful, feeling all that new energy locking, loading, and coding to each and every cell of your body. With the next breath in, I want you to imagine that breath going all the way down into the bottom of your spine. And as you exhale out, wiggling your fingers and toes, batting your eyes open when you're ready, recognizing how do you feel right now?
Relaxed, drained, but not so heavy, for sure.
Yes, absolutely drained.
Yeah.
We drained a lot of old stuck energy out of you.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah.
back.
Thanks. Okay.
Yeah. Some heavy stuff, right? When I told you we were going deep, you didn't realize we were going deep.
Yeah, deep. Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't thought about that in a very long time. I used to have that thought constantly and think about that event a lot,
Yeah.
but it's been many, many years.
Well, once you neutralize the event, it's neutral. That means the emotional tie will be out of it. It's really understanding your emotions, because with every traumatic event, you have an emotional tie to it until you neutralize it. And once it's neutralized, it's not as if it didn't happen at all, because you'll still remember, there'll be an imprint, but the
Right.
wound is not gushing.
Right.
right?
Right.
It's healing
Yeah.
at that point. And
Okay.
so now when you revisit that memory in your mind, you will not have the same trigger by it
Gotcha. Yeah.
because the emotional tag is, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I would love to just work on you for hours because there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that you get to work on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously only had an hour, but I feel like
That was great. Thanks.
I could have done 10
That
hours
was
with
great.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But how do you feel? Do you feel like you want to go cry?
Hmm. Like kind of, but like I don't
Yeah.
want to. Like my body feels like it wants to just leak, but I don't feel sad.
Well, I just want to tell you because I saw yourself holding yourself back.
Hmm.
And sometimes, I only get this first little thing, right? But
Yeah.
you really want to let yourself feel the emotion. You need to cry.
Okay.
Not know this is what I mean about understanding your emotions. Sometimes we have this idea that, oh, if I start crying, I won't be able to stop. It's not how it works. Once the
Mm.
emotion is felt fully, it's gone.
Okay.
It's gone. But what we tend to do as humans is we resist feeling it. We push it down. We push it down, push it down,
Yeah.
push it
Okay.
down. Well, it doesn't go anywhere. It's still in there. So all we have to do is reach down and pull it out. And so there's different ways. So with the anger, I want to give you
Yeah.
a couple tools that you can
Okay.
use if you do not want to take any further steps with me that I could just kind of give you to work on is there's something called primal screaming.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's some videos on it, whatever, but you want to connect to that anger. Remember the anger the little girl felt?
Yeah.
You want to let her feel it in a way that's healthy to her, which is like screaming, like
Okay.
scream. You could do it in your car. I have my daughter scream into a pillow, kind of
Okay.
muffles it. Go sing as loud as possible in a car until you're screaming and then the tears are coming out. You want to move the energy. Emotions are just energy in motion. They're emoted, right? They're supposed
Okay.
to be in movement. And once, like I said, they're felt, they're gone. They dissipate.
Right. Okay.
So instead of pushing them down, let them flow from you. And maybe you can ask yourself, what other ways would this like to be expressed?
Okay. Yeah.
It could
Okay.
be, I have my clients sometimes write out a letter to your mom, which
Mm.
obviously you would never send. Sometimes, they light it on fire afterwards, have a little
Mm.
ritual, a cry, new moons where you're, a new moon
Yeah.
ritual, but get it out on paper, get it out of you onto
Hmm.
paper, and you could
Okay.
do whatever you want with it. Um, Another great thing that you could do is like a rage room
Okay.
or throwing rocks in the middle of a desert, screaming
Okay.
once again.
Okay.
Um, Something a punching bag would be
Okay.
great, but you got to connect to that anger, girlfriend,
Okay.
because if once you emote the anger, then underneath that is even more pain. I let myself, so for me, my pain body really arises like the week before my period, about 3 days before I start bleeding. And
Okay.
that's when I let it come up and out. Whatever needs to come up, connect to it. Don't resist it. Don't see it as the enemy.
Okay.
Like I said, we inherit our parents' pain. So,
Right. Okay.
and you don't want to pass that along. That was a big reason for my growth is I did not want to keep that pattern going by handing my kids all the pain that was just,
Yeah.
loaded onto
Yeah.
me.
Absolutely.
So don't see it as something you need to resist or the enemy. See it as your friend and something that you get to emote so that your kids don't get it.
Right. Okay.
Like in just
Absolutely.
the way that you
Yeah.
became a wonderful mom because you didn't experience that is the same way that you get to do this work and say, Mom, you didn't have what it took to do the healing process, but I'm going to do it.
Hmm.
I'm going
Okay.
to do it for us, for our lineage. Right. And if you
Yeah.
did want to take this a step further with me, we could totally
Hmm.
talk about what that could look like.
Hmm.
And if not, highly encourage you to hire someone to help you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
in my personal opinion, yes, you could do it on your own, but likely you won't. You know, likely you need someone to hold your hand and walk you through it, because that's just how we are as humans.
Right.
And two, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So whatever you choose to do for yourself moving forward, take care of you. Yeah. Do you have anyone else that you think could be a good fit for this, that you think has some stuff that they might want to work through?
Yeah, I have a friend.
Yeah.
I have one friend. She could use some help.
Do you think she'd be open to this?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Like I can she might be. She's fairly she likes the idea of things, and then she her anxiety kicks in and she doesn't accomplish things. So that's her
Yeah.
kind of her
Anxiety
MO. But
is fear, and there is no one that's not fearful to do
right.
something new, right?
Yeah.
Like whenever there's something new, of course, fear is going to arise. But I think you mean she's the type of person that when she feels fear, she goes running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll reach out, and if she's open to it, we'd love to have her
Yeah.
on. And I think we will send you your video. I think it would be super. Like I said, you're not going to see you in it, but
Mm-hmm.
I find when I've watched back some of my sessions,
Mm-hmm.
it could take you to a new level of healing. So might be good for you to
Yeah,
rewatch it
absolutely.
or listen. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wish you so
Thank
much
you.
love, Miss Vanessa, and thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming on.